If you want to get a real ID so you can use it to board flights within the United States and enter secure federal facilities, the application process is easy. Before you can fill out the Real ID application, you'll need to sign in to your DMV account or create one. Once you've completed this process, you're ready to apply for a Real ID. You'll need to check the appropriate transaction. If you want a Real ID driver's license or identification card, click ID or driver license. When you get to the Welcome Back page, you'll have the choice to either continue with an unfinished application, or you can start a new one by clicking Add next to ID or driver license. You'll then be asked to provide some personal information. When asked what you would like to do today, here are your choices. If you've never had a California driver's license or identification card and you want a Real ID, click Get a Card for the first time. If you already have a California driver's license or identification card and it's up for renewal and you want to upgrade to a Real ID, click Renew a Card. If you already have a Real ID and you received a renewal notice from the DMV, also choose Renew a Card. However, if your driver's license is not up for renewal but you want to get a Real ID, then select Correct or Update a Card. On the next page, choose the type of card you would like to receive. Would you like your Real ID as an identification card or as a driver's license? The federal government only allows you to have one or the other. You cannot have two Real ID cards. You'll then be asked if you plan to use your card to fly. Remember, if you want to continue to use your California driver's license or identification card to fly within the United States, it will need to be Real ID compliant beginning May 2023. Again, you can only have one type of Real ID. Answer yes and fill out the online Real ID application, upload the necessary documents, and schedule an appointment to complete your application at a DMV office. Make sure you bring your original uploaded documents and a photo or printed copy of the entire confirmation page. If you're a AAA member, you may be given the option to complete your application at a local AAA office. So now let's take a look at the application process a little closer. First, you'll need to round up the documents required by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. You'll need an identity document, like a valid U.S. passport or an original or certified birth certificate, and it cannot be laminated. If the name you're using today is different than the one that appears on that document, then you'll need to provide documentation to show why you changed your name. Maybe you got married or divorced, you were adopted, or entered into a domestic partnership. This is very important. If you've been married several times and changed your name numerous times, then you'll need to provide documentation to show that progression. In other words, you'll need to provide a marriage certificate, then your divorce decree, then the next marriage certificate, and so on. Again, this is a federal requirement. Next, you'll need to provide two documents that prove you're a California resident. You can use things like utility or cell phone bills, bank or mortgage statements. Even your vehicle registration will work. Just make sure they show your name, or that your name can be linked to you through the documents you provided. Your residency documents must also show your physical home address. If you use a P.O. box, one of them must show both your physical address and P.O. box. And finally, you'll have to provide your Social Security number. After you've uploaded your documents, schedule an appointment at your nearest DMV office or select AAA locations if you're a member. And don't forget to bring your documents with you to your appointment so they can be verified. Also, you'll need to show a photo or printed copy of the entire confirmation page that shows two barcodes. If you have more questions or would like to see a complete list of documents you can use to apply for a Real ID, visit realid.dmv.ca.gov.